Hello, yet again, lovely humans of Earth, XFM Friday, Series 1, Episode 21. Thank you very much again, Rusty Dog, for these. These are awesome. Anyway, I'm in one of those moods where just listening to Carl will make me feel better. Like, I'm not bad or anything. I'm just kind of, it's one of those existing days. Just, I existed today. I didn't really do much. So, I mean, it's a great moment to say, you know what, Carl, put me to that level where I'm just happy and in a good mood and just can laugh at you because you're so, I don't want to say dumb, but you know, fun. We'll say fun because you're fun, Carl. Anyway, lovely humans, I hope you're all well. Thank you for being here. Hope you enjoy, etc. Let's go.
Strokes someday. No, that was a better choice, wouldn't it, to start off with?
Ooh,
hello, ladies and gentlemen. XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, obviously.
I like the way that
Steve
looks.
Mitchell.
No, come on, let's get my name right from now on. That novelty's...
Wait, so the article came out. It's in big letters, too. I imagined, like, at some point they would have been corrected. Oh my god, even at the bottom, Mitchell and Gervais. I remember secretly listening to Radio 2. How rock and roll can that be? Asked Mitchell left. I freaking love that. That is amazing. Thank you for that. I love that you found that. Oh man, I forgot about that too.
Worn off.
That's
What is it? Is it?
Steve Merchant.
Oh yeah, is it?
From now
Sorry.
on. That novelty's worn off.
What is it? Is it?
Steve Merchant.
Oh yeah, Vegas.
Yeah.
That's the wrong one, isn't it,
The
Mitchell?
Guardian got it wrong. It's Steve Merchant.
And the more I say Mitchell, the more people are thinking
Exactly, it might be Mitchell.
Oh god, sorry, Dave. But Carl wanted to start off with the stereophonics.
Oh, loser.
Because it was a newer track. And Carl now, we've made him what he is. He was nothing when we
Nobody.
found him.
He was like work experience.
And now he's going, oh, we should start off with the stereophonics. I'm going,
Trying to
Carl,
tell you what to do,
if
Ricky.
I want anyone's opinion, I don't.
But
Basically.
you'd probably come to me, I imagine, wouldn't you? I'd be the first person.
Before Carl,
Yeah.
I'd consult you, Steve.
Thank
so
you.
just keep it, just because he was in a, was it Pilk
He had
is
his mobile
making
disco
music?
outfit.
Pilk is making, I bet you never pleased a crowd once.
Did. Loads of times.
Did.
Go on then, what did you play? What's the
Nice.
biggest gig you ever played?
I did like a social club gig,
Yeah.
and it wasn't just about the music either. I used to
What else could it be about?
I used to take prizes and cigars and stuff
What?
In a youth club.
to give away.
I just love these, like, 14-year-old manx hanging out going,
You know okay, the thing I am picturing is there's an In-Betweeners episode where they I think it's Jay, like, raves on it. They're, like, at a caravan place where everybody just has, like, a little motorhome or whatever. And Jay's just obviously raging on and on and on about, you know, the parties there and all the babes and blah, blah, blah. And they use other words, but you know what I mean. And how the parties there are amazing and stuff. And they go, and it was just like a bunch of little 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds just like dancing around. Like it was the lamest thing ever. And that's what I imagine, him being, him just playing in a corner, giving away just random things. That's exact, and like the In-Betweeners kids come and they're like, this is the worst thing ever. That is totally what is going on in my mind right now.
there's 14-year-old manx hanging out going, let's go down here, you might have some fags and cigars for us.
Well, it was whatever like was on my mum and dad's dressing table.
That could have been embarrassing, couldn't it?
That could have been deeply embarrassing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
You've won.
And third prize, some handcuffs.
And a black mamba. I'm not saying that at any point in your upbringing, your parents left around any kind of marital aid on the dressing table. Don't think I'm saying that, Carl. I'm not suggesting. Like, he doesn't like this, does he?
Well, I can understand why.
Oh yeah, because it's about his.
It's about his parents having sex.
Well, they must
Very
have.
much so.
Yeah,
At
once,
least
at
3
Worst thing
times.
ever.
I think I was an accident.
I
still
think
have
you
had
were
sex.
Oh, Carl. I think it's been ongoing.
Just because me brother and sister are quite older than me.
Yeah, me too. I was an accident. I know that. Yeah. How old's your brother and
Same.
sister?
I think my sister's about 39.
Right.
There are 3 of us. 3 accidents. Like, they didn't learn. I don't know what was going on there. I don't want to know, but yeah, wow.
My brother's about 37.
Okay. And you're 29.
I'm like 29.
Right. So.
Hey, as a sister, I'm
39.
sorry.
Right.
And my brother's about 30.
Sorry.
I think my sister's about 39,
Right.
and my brother's about 37.
Okay. And you're 29.
I'm like 29.
Right, so, yeah, my next one's 11 years older than me.
Yeah.
That was definitely a...
Do you want to have a hug, you two, or?
Yeah, yeah.
You're dealing with it now? You got over it?
Well, would you like to see us have a hug? Oh. You had a mobile
rubbish.
disco as well,
You're having a laugh, aren't you? Every single gig I did, it's dynamite. The people loved it. It was storming.
What was it
I
called?
ran it from about the age of 14 to 18.
What was it called? Was it called in
The name of our mobile disco?
Yeah.
It had 2 names in its lifetime.
Yeah.
It started its life as, bear with it,
Go on.
the rock and roll DJs.
Oh my god.
You know what? Bear with it was a better name. I thought that was gonna be the name. That would have sounded better. That's an interesting image. I can't. It's gotten to the point where I cannot tell if that is full on AI, if that is AI plus Photoshop, if it doesn't look like a real his picture. I don't know. AI is crazy.
Oh,
Anyway.
geez, that's the worst. I mean, that's the worst.
Yeah. That's the most appalling. But then it became pretty bad after that, when it became the Fantasy Island Roadshow.
Why?
I don't know.
Because everyone
What
up
is
to you
that?
looked like Tattoo.
Partly that, and because I liked the programme Fantasy Island.
Why did you like the programme Fantasy Island?
Well, it was about love on an island.
It wasn't. It was about a midget on an island.
No, the midget was a minor character. It's about people going to find
It's
love
a
and
minor
romance. You obviously switched off once the midget had gone off and said, there's the plane. Oh, that's that then. Your parents went, that's over then. It's only 5 minutes long. Yeah, well, it's...
Let's watch that fantasy midget.
Yeah.
What happened then? Because didn't they acted out their fantasies on an
Well,
island?
people
eh?
would pay to go to the island
Yeah.
to live out their own romantic fantasies, and invariably that's what would
Was it
happen each
always
week.
romantic? It was always about getting
Yeah,
off
it was
with
a kind of
people?
love island, yeah.
Was it?
Well, no, not always. Sometimes they might be...
Maybe I didn't watch the whole one. Maybe I did just see him, like, smack a little tattoo round the head.
I think you just saw the trailer.
Oh, really?
But,
so what did I sort of go? I've always wanted to have someone in...
Well, no, it might be something like, I've always wanted to sort of, live out, being a gunslinger in a Wild West frontier town, So you might kind of create that fantasy.
But what's that got to do with...
Well, he invariably would find love, or he'd sort out some emotional problem he had. It was much more a spiritual, emotional journey than
So,
it was
but
about
basi-
little midgets running around.
But was it like, I'd like to be a cowboy, and, like, Remember the Shag?
Yeah, it was
and
like
while
Jim will
I'm
fix
there-
it. Like those letters you wrote to Jim will fix it. I'd like to meet 5-star, and if something happens,
It
so
lost
be
me a
it.
little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
But no, I have to just say once though,
Go
this
on.
is about this is my DJing credentials. I was once playing music at a Scout Jamboree.
Yeah.
When I was about
Okay.
17,
Big
16,
gig then,
17.
big
Big gig. There was 1,000 scouts there.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
and I tell you this, we were playing on stuff, they were loving it, they were dancing, it was in a big marquee,
Right.
right? I slapped on Smells Like Teen Spirit,
Yeah.
right?
I went mad.
They went mad for it, they were moshing, they were climbing up the poles, the organisers were going, switch that off, right? They're going crazy, and I was there going, no, that's what they like, I'm gonna do it.
It was like Footloose.
It was unbelievable, it was just like Footloose. Then I came in with Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name of, the place
You
went
were-
wild,
Yeah.
and they were trying to get me off the decks, it was like Bill Grundy interviewing the Sex Pistols.
And then when the head of the Abbey had you killed,
Exactly.
like, there was some sort of mafia thing, and it was all hushed up, that the scouts went there one night with all candles, and they stood by a grave, and that was the end of the film. It was a film, I assume. You're
No,
not
this
trying to-
genuinely happened.
I assume this didn't really happen.
Yes,
You-
it did. I swear to God, I was playing Smells Like
Sorry,
Teen Spirit, and it went wild, and the organisers were going, switch that off, they're going crazy, and I was going, no, it's what they want.
Could I say something?
It was brilliant.
That, to me, I've known you for about 4 years,
Yeah.
and I've heard all those things. That must be the highlight of your life.
Unbelievably so, yeah.
You've never had anything that good or exciting since, have you?
One day I hope to sleep with a lady, and hopefully it'll slide into second place.
The sound you made.
Rock the
I
Casbah.
love the fact you had at least 3 minutes to get that right.
I
to
know.
prepare and get that right.
I know, but my mouth was full of Maryland cookies. Yeah. You know, last week, this would blow your mind. He came in, do you know what he bought? For himself, about 10, penguins. Who buys penguins still?
I know. All wagon wheels.
Oh, I've never liked wagon wheels.
You not been a fan?
Wait,
Wagon
I
wheels.
didn't. They look good. They kind of look like cheap biscuits, though, right? Like the one when it says dipped in chocolate, but it's not really, really chocolate. Like when you read the ingredients, no chocolate was harmed in the making of that biscuit. Like it's just chocolate flavored other stuff. That's what it looks like.
Oh, I've never... Penguins still?
I know. All wagon wheels.
Oh, I've never liked Wagon Wheels.
You've not been a fan?
No, but I'm sorry about that. It's The Clash and Rock the Casbah. Talking about records, have I told you that time my brother-in-law, he was moving out of his place, and I think moving in with my sister, and I was about, like, I don't know, 13, and so he was about, 30, and I moved in, and, he brought round all, his records when he was storage to leave them at our house. Right, and he had all these old sort of records, 50s and 60s records, no, I was right, and they, put them upstairs, and I was looking through them, and, it's just all like Elvis stuff and Beatles stuff, and there was a mate of mine who loved Elvis, okay, and he had, loads of chemicals, yeah, he had loads of chemicals, and I was into chemistry, and, he said, let's swap me some chemicals for them, so I sort of nicked about 5 Elvis singles, and I got all these chemicals, and then, just guilt.
What sort of chemicals?
Just things like, you know, just things like from a chemistry set, just, you know, crystals and metals and manganese, all that sort of stuff that I just like to muck around with. And then the guilt just hit me. I just thought, well, he's gonna notice that. And one night, I just came downstairs and I confessed to my mum. And she went, alright, well, I won't tell him, but you've got to be good. And it's sort of like I was just really, really good for a year. And then I was, have I told you this? And
No, you haven't. You've just reminded me of something.
And then I remember, when I was about 18, my brother was talking about it, and he said, did you ever, play those records I left for you?
Brilliant.
He told my mum, he said, these are for Ricky. She just didn't tell me.
She was sharp, wasn't she?
She used opportunism there.
Oh, that's genius.
And, that was it. That's why I was good.
But you've never stolen anything since, have you?
No, I don't.
Except that spate of shoplifting after that to teach your mum a lesson.
yeah. Well, I went round, arson. No, I did. I just couldn't believe it. It was terrible.
I remember, I think all kids go through a phase of shoplifting.
Well,
and when I was going through it, I used to just little things, just like magic markers and, magazines, Mars bars, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And
cigars and dildos.
And one day, right?
Same thing.
My mate, Anthony, his mum called up my mum and said, I've got to meet up with you. I've got to have a word with you. And, she said, what about? She said, I don't want to talk about it over the phone. So she goes, oh, right. Well, yeah, come round tonight then. So anyway, my mum sees me. She don't want to be in an awkward position and, like, be a bit embarrassed and what have you. So she sees me and she goes, right, Anthony's mum's coming round. What have you been doing?
Yeah.
So I go, oh, God. I said, I've been nicking stuff. So she goes, like, what? So, not big stuff. I've had a few calculators and, Mars bars and stuff.
How many? I'll just work it out. Hold on. Works out at 7.2 per day.
So,
how many calculators do you need?
So,
Right? It's a weird
so it was
thing.
when that phase...
You failed maths, didn't you?
Everyone wanted a calculator. It was like a trendy thing, wasn't it?
Right, oh, yeah.
In Manchester a couple of years ago, yeah.
So anyway, so I told her all this and I confessed to, like...
Computers will make it there one day.
I confessed to...
Tis magic in the back.
Yeah.
I love how, like, my brother does this to me all the time. I hate when he does it, but I love how they're doing it. Where they asked him to tell the story, and then they just keep interrupting and don't let him tell the friggin' story. My brother will legit ask me a question about anything. Something that requires, like, more than a just one-syllable answer, like a proper answer. He will ask me, turn around, and leave while I'm answering. And he just goes. It's like, what the hell? And he doesn't do it, like, ironically or just to be an asshole or anything. He's just like, it's just, I guess, his version of ADHD. Like, he asked and forgot he just asked, so he leaves. Like, in his head, the conversation concluded. And he needs to go somewhere else now. Damn, that drives me crazy.
Oh, battery. Go on.
Confessed to nicking all this stuff. She comes round. She only wanted to borrow some money.
Brilliant.
She said, oh, I don't like asking. I was a bit embarrassed to ask you over the phone, but can I borrow 20 quid?
Oh, that's fantastic.
And there's me. Bloody...
That's great.
And it's similar sort of thing to yours.
And did you...
And he went, hold on, Mum, let's just work out the interest on that. I bank 10%. She'll owe you £4.40.
Oh, so your mum was a loan shark.
yeah.
And did she mention?
She went, I just
with that other, because what I'm saying is presumably you got your mate in trouble.
No.
Right, you didn't.
No.
She went, no worries, I'll just go and get my purse. It's on the dressing table.
Exactly. Yeah.
Carl,
Do you want a cigar?
What are the things you used to give away at your disco then that you'd find on the dressing table?
Calculators.
You used to go into your parents' room and go, what can I give away tonight?
It was stuff like cigars. My dad liked cigars.
Yeah.
I had a pair of tights.
Used.
Unopened. You know, you get them in like a long...
Who did you give that to?
Just whoever did the prize. It was stuff like, you know, we did like a little raffle.
Just imagine Carl going, this is for a pair
Who's
of
going joyriding this
Pretty
week?
Polly, sheer. Exactly.
Yeah, who's doing a bank job this week?
Exactly, that's what it was used for, yeah.
Just little bits of, you know, unopened makeup, just stuff like that.
And did
Right.
their parents not notice?
Well, no, because it's stuff that you're not that bothered about. If a telly went missing, they'd notice it.
They would, wouldn't they? They'd be staring at a wall for 3 days.
Got a pair of tights and a cigar and that.
Yeah.
Got away with it.
Yeah.
But it's funny as well because like you had 2 names. I just like remembered. I started off as Dazzling Darren's Disco, just because the first lights I could afford belonged to someone who had their name put in lights.
Right.
So I went along with
You
that
had to
name for a bit.
pretend you were called Darren.
That's lovely.
That's great.
Is it worth it?
Brilliant.
And then it went on to Pilkins making music.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's great.
Anyway, should we have some more music? 'Cause,
Yeah,
we've
go
been
on.
waiting for hours.
What are you going to play, Carl?
We've got the Cooper Temple Claws
Oh,
lined up.
brilliant.
Yes, Steve Merchant
Steve
here.
Merchant.
Steve Merchant.
Yeah, okay, don't keep saying it.
And
Carl.
Carl, obviously, yeah.
Now,
Stop fiddling, Carl.
We've been digging around in Carl's office, haven't we?
As ever, Rick.
He's a little bit nervous about this,
well,
but he doesn't need to be.
I don't think he is
You just need to
because-
trust us, Carl. Just trust us. Trust us with the music.
Wait, though, I'm kind of just wondering, did everybody properly, because I thought they were going to kind of give their version of that comment that every kid went through, like, a stealing phase or whatever. I didn't, and I was kind of expecting them to say either us too or, yeah, no, that was just you, but they didn't really say any, like, they didn't want to admit to anything. The only time I ever stole something, it was an accident when I was 8. And it wasn't, I accidentally stole a belt, and I felt so bad about it. But because I went to buy some clothes at a very, very, very cheap thrift store, or secondhand store or whatever, with my mom, and we got a bunch of stuff, and my pants were falling, like the button broke or whatever, so my pants were falling, and she's like, all right, let's go get you a belt real quick. And I picked one out, and she's like, all right, we'll put it on. I'm like, yeah, but we're gonna have to remember later. Don't worry, we'll remember. I mean, hello. And we kept, just shopping, sifting through stuff, and ended up buying a bunch of things. And then when it was time to go, it was like 50 cents too. But I forgot because I was wearing it. And then I felt so bad. I told her when we got home, like, oh my God, we have to go back. I didn't pay for the belt. And she was like, it was 50 cents. Like, it's fine. And we also, bought stuff. But, yeah, only time I've ever shoplifted anything. Ever.
Trust us with the speech output. Trust us
Yeah.
with That's easy for me to say. Yeah.
But I'm conscious, Rick, that sometimes perhaps we're a little ill-prepared on the show. And I just wanted to make sure that we were sort of keeping ourselves abreast of developments, changes at the station, policy.
You said breast.
Thanks. Policies particularly, and I was lucky enough just to stumble across this, and I feel that actually a couple of weeks back we were a little ill-prepared because we hadn't read this.
Yeah.
This is the XFM information. It's the guidelines, if you will.
Sure.
On how to react to deaths, disasters, and other news emergencies.
Yeah, and there's very important ones, like
important
a royal
policies.
death, there's
Well, there's certain criteria. I mean, obviously, the general guidelines state that occasionally something will happen in the world that prompts XFM to break away from the normal programming and react to our audience's feelings of shock or grief. As broadcasters, we have a duty to think
They're
carefully
not talking about our show there, are they? They're talking about something happening
No,
there.
all shows.
I mean, no, like people being caused grief, just Carl's on the air.
Right.
You mean I
mean a bigger event.
A royal dying.
A royal dying or some kind of, major disaster.
Sure.
Maybe not talking about if people want to see the person that died, they should chop them up and have lines, the cues be shorter if you want to see a toe, and maybe that kind of stuff, not so much. Hey, I loved it, but from headquarters or whatever, yeah, not so great.
We should be able to tailor our output to show that we feel the same way as the audience in these times of trouble.
No, definitely.
That would never involve the station shutting down completely, Rick.
No.
I want to reassure you of that now. And it would never involve playing classical music or stopping all speech content.
Sure. Because they put that in there because a lot of stations, that's exactly what they do.
Exactly.
But XFM have deemed it that we don't have to go completely down the line there. We have to do it in our own little way.
People need company at times like this.
Yeah.
and should be able to look to us for both factual information and emotional reaction.
Sure.
We simply have to change our tone and our playlist to show that we're all feeling the same thing.
Right.
Be it, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening, or, well, it's pretty sad, but she was 101 after all.
And that's actually in that
That's
document,
what it
isn't
actually says in the general guidelines.
I do not believe you.
That's as they are stated. If you should hear about the death of a major royal,
Yeah.
this is information that
You're actually reading this, by the way,
yeah,
aren't
I'm
you?
reading this out. What you should do is say nothing about this on air under any circumstances. Drop all the ads and promos from your schedule. And if Chris Smith, the news guy, is in the building, get him in the studio immediately.
Yeah.
That's what it says, Carl.
Yeah.
If Smitty is, I don't care where he is, I don't care if he's on holiday.
Let's phone him up now
abroad.
and tell him someone...
I don't get the no ads thing, because when the Queen died, this was like this, I saw so many people touch the topic. When there's this artist, I think he's called Sam Smith or whatever. I don't know. He had a song that was supposed to, like, I don't know if it was supposed to come out the day she passed away or like the day after. Or it was just like the same week, right? And out of respect, or I don't know, out of what, the law, I don't know how intense that stuff is, he had to postpone it for, I don't know, a couple months or whatever. But the song, like, a big part of it was, you know, released as like a teaser or whatever. And there was another band, I think, called Loveless, that grabbed it and covered it, and everybody fell in love with the song, but thought it was Loveless because it was never officially released by anybody else. They got so screwed over. Like, that sucks, but I don't get, like, the no ads thing. I mean, well, it would be weird, though, like, listen to the radio and say, okay, well, you know, the Queen has passed, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, we'll be right back after these short messages. And then, hemorrhoid cream! You got boils on your ass? Well, here's a cream for you. I get that, but not all ads are for hemorrhoid cream, so I don't know. It's a little odd to me.
Someone's died.
To see how he would react. Get him down there. See how long it takes him to get down there. Where does Smitty live?
I gotta go back.
He is, I don't care where he is, I don't care if he's on holiday.
Let's phone him up now
abroad.
and tell him someone's died.
To see how he would react. Get him down there. See how long it takes him to get down there. Where does Smitty live?
Because I know where he lives. He lives in a cave and he slides down a pole.
Yeah.
And he gets into a car. His butler is up there and he sorts things out.
I suppose the approach there is that only Chris can deliver this tragic news.
Yeah.
If it was you or I...
Yeah, it wouldn't have the same. Do you remember the XFM, as it first started, it launched the day after, Princess Diana died?
I know. Yeah.
And I'd never done radio before. I was nervous enough.
Wait.
And
Okay. I was about to turn 4. Interesting. Okay.
I'd never done radio before. I was nervous enough. And it was launched, and it was,
Because Was it the first night? Because what I've forgotten, actually, until you mentioned that then, is, of course, you used to host your own phone-in show. I'd forgotten all about that.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
and I gave that up after a week because it was just too stressful.
I have never seen a man so petrified.
I know.
He spent all his time preventing people getting through on the phone lines.
Yeah.
He just wouldn't let people come on air.
And for when I had to go on air, right, my mates sort of like came over the first day, and they were mucking around, and I was having a drink with them where I used to work, and I was going, I've got to go on air in a minute, and I was like drinking shandy or something, because I was saying I didn't want to be drunk and everything, and I kept saying, don't swear. Telling my mates not to swear. They look at me like I was mental. I was going, don't swear, because I'll swear. I was terrified of two things. Just swearing,
by mistake.
and operating the desk. I thought, I'm gonna, even if I get through operating the desk, I'm gonna swear. And it just, it was awful.
Didn't you spill coffee over the machine and then go, oh shit, on the first link? I can't remember. But I know it wasn't a triumph.
No, I started off with I was really like the music, and I started off with a classical piece by a bloke called Kuntz, who's a German composer.
Brilliant.
So I knew it was okay.
You're
then.
off.
I was off, yeah.
And so how did it go then? Because I remember it was appalling.
Look, Carl! He's a composer! Look it up!
I know he is.
Right, 08700 800 1234. If you know what the composer I'm talking about. What?
Yeah, we've done it now.
Chill out, Carl.
Come
No,
on.
but you know what people are like?
What?
They take things badly, don't they?
Like who? Like what?
You just... It's like a bull to a red rag, whatever.
Yeah, but the thing is that we say bad words and we get in trouble. But I was listening to Heart the other day, and they played Luther Vandross, and that song, was it Never Too Much, Never Too Much? Play it a bit. The lyric in this is disgusting.
Woke up today, looked at your picture just to get me started.
Hear that? Woke up today, looked at your picture just to get me started. That's filthy. Play it again.
Woke up today, looked at your picture just to get me started.
That's
just
depraved.
Filthy. What a
What is he doing?
Just saying like that. Imagine that. He's got a young girl's picture, and he's going, oh, thanks for that. And he phones up and goes, what did it say? You know that picture you gave me? She goes, yeah. He goes, well, I looked at it just to get me started. That poor young woman must...
I imagine more that, like, she's sleeping, and he just sneaks in and he's got to put her on camera, she wakes up, he goes, what are you doing? She goes, what are you up to? He goes, no, I'm just taking a picture. Well, why? I'm gonna write a song about
tomorrow, will you?
Yeah, you're going on holiday tomorrow, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I need that.
I just need something to get me started. What do you mean, get you started? Yeah, you know, in the morning.
And then that's on Heart.
Alright?
6.2.
So don't come on air and tell us what we can and cannot say. We can't say
classical composers' names or philosophers like Kant.
Exactly.
So don't tell us that, Carl.
All right.
Just play a record. What you got, Steve?
Some rides, Steve.
Yeah, I just think it's time that we
just play a record. What you got, Steve?
Some rides, Steve.
Yeah, I just think it's time that we listen to some Ride Rit. We haven't listened to them. I don't know about you and I, but I haven't listened to any for about 6-7 weeks.
Yeah.
Just thought it'd be good to have them on the air again. Yeah. And it's a tragedy they split up. This is the classic Chelsea girl. Play it. Absolute girl.
I can just feel Carl stressing.
Their lifetime.
I know. Yeah.
Right, but it's a great sound.
But influenced lots of bands at that time.
To me, yeah,
sort of the old Britpop thing and the Wall of Sound and... They weren't... Were they shoegazers? Do you think they were, weren't they?
Well, that's what they thought of, because there was a lot of nude lead guitar. But, good melodies as well, Rick, and that's always important.
It is to me.
I don't know about you, Carl, but it is important to us.
Yeah. We've just had a couple of people, Sarah and Claire, call up and wish us luck for the BAFTAs, but for some reason they want one of us to do an impression of Leslie Phillips.
Can't do it. Doesn't he say ding dong?
And hello and all that.
That's not bad.
But I want Carl to do it though.
Yeah, go on, Carl.
Go on.
Hello.
Well done. Say ding dong.
Ding dong.
Nice.
Yeah. Do any other impressions?
No.
Thank God. That just reminds me, I freaking love Eddie Izzard, like, a lot. And one of my favorite just comedy specials ever. I've rewatched it so many times, is Glorious. And, was it Inglorious or was it Dressed to Kill? I don't know. But he has this whole bit on, apparently it became quite famous on the Star Wars canteen or whatever. And he just talks a lot about Star Wars and says that it's like Darth Vader's voice is so impressive because James Earl Jones' voice. So that's what makes it, like, you know, special and stuff. And it wouldn't exactly have the same dramatic effect if it was just some guy like, hello, I'm your father. That would suck. So that's I feel like that was his impression of, like, if it was Darth Vader, it's like, I'm your father. Just like no effort whatsoever at all. Love it.
No.
Go. Hello. Do that.
Hello.
Yeah.
You look like a ventriloquist dummy.
Hello.
Brilliant.
Oh, God.
Do My Name is Bond, James Bond, as though it were Sean Connery.
My name's Bond. James Bond. Do that. Go on.
That was actually pretty
My
good.
name's Bond.
No, do it as though you were doing an impression.
Sean.
So I'm trying to be Scottish?
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, sort of.
Perhaps a bit more specific than that. Sean Connery.
My name's Bond.
Keep going.
My name's Bond, James Bond.
That's like Jimmy Stewart. It's not bad. This is the best fun. It's like having your very own Fisher-Price toy for 2 hours a week. It's great. Roger Moore. Do that.
Roger Moore.
Phyllis Pierce, Percy Sugden, I'm licensed to kill.
Anyway, she just said...
No, this is a great game.
No,
yeah, we'll come back to this another time.
Yeah, anything you want Carl to do. Carl's homework today was come up with those, you know those, lateral thinking things?
Go on.
Those stupid...
Oh, I hate them.
They're ridiculous, aren't they? Like a man went into a field and died, and you're meant to ask questions like, oh, was it... And it turns out his parachute didn't open. So it's basically... It's not about...
You're supposed to ask, like, Okay, and his parachute. Like, what? What are we supposed to ask? Was it snowing in the field? Like, I didn't get the process, but sure.
Parachute didn't open. So it's basically, it's not logic, it's what am I thinking?
Yeah. Well, there's that one where there's a man in... This is the worst I've ever heard.
Yeah.
A man is found dead lying in a phone box, right? His wrists are cut. He's bled to death. And there's glass everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? And the phone's hanging off the hook, right?
Yeah.
What happened to him?
I know this, yeah.
Right? Do you know what the answer is, Carl?
It's ridiculous.
He was a fisherman.
Yeah.
He was on the phone. Someone asked him how big his fish was. He did that gesture like fishermen always do to say it was much bigger than it actually
Put
was.
his arms out.
His arms went through the glass, and he slashed his wrists, and he died.
Why would you do that with someone on the phone when they can't see how big you're actually saying?
Well, that's one of the many problems with that, that conundrum.
Yeah, not the point we were making, but again, good. I mean, you're there. That is good thinking.
Yeah.
He's on.
Yeah.
But, so what, you had to come up with some of these? I didn't know this was his challenge.
Yeah.
Have you come up with one?
I came up with 3, and they're all belters.
Are we gonna... Oh, is it...
Oh, wow.
If it's as good as your quote about happiness that we had to guess which was yours and which was the real ones, like faking it, I cannot wait.
That was amazing.
I'm looking forward to this.
I mean, I literally can't wait. Should we do it now?
Well, I'm tempted to save it, because I just want to mention to people, that, they should be very excited, because, it's gonna be Carl's special night tomorrow. You excited, Carl?
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is... Yeah, me and Steve, because we were nominated, we get a guest...
For the BAFTA Awards.
And it's, it doesn't say guest, it actually says, partner. So I'm taking, my partner. And, Steve's taking Carl.
Yeah.
But what Carl doesn't realise is...
That's adorable.
You will have to pretend you're his partner, otherwise you wouldn't be able
we'll
to...
have to hold hands when we go on the red carpet.
Is this really your partner? It's not just a guest.
That's how it is. And either we go in like that, or we can't get in.
You just have to be with him when you go up there. I mean, you have to, does he have to hold...
We should hold hands, but I think what we should do is, just to make sure that there's nothing at all that, like, it's gonna go wrong, we should just do a little kiss.
Just like, or be seen sort of like cheek to cheek, just to show them that, you know, you're not... He's
like
not
Elton John and David
He's not just
Finnish.
getting his mates in for a free meal. You are actually partners.
No, I'm not up for that.
Why not?
Well,
because we know we're not actually gay.
No, but
so it's not a problem.
You've come out of it looking quite good, because you've got a good-looking fella. But I'm meant to look like, you know... I mean, I'm not gay, but if I was... I don't think I'd go for your thing.
Oh, he's done you, Steve! It's turned on you again!
I cannot believe...
We were trying to get him!
Wait a minute. I have got the cream of London's totty phoning me up, trying to get an invite to the BAFTAs, right? We have very graciously asked you if you would like to come along.
Well, that worries me even more, that you've got women calling you up.
Carl,
I can't choose between them. If I let one of them down, they're gonna destroy them. They'll be ruined. Their lives will be ruined. It's better for me to take you and not, ruin the lives of any of those poor women.
When he told them he was taking you, it was like a scene from Graceland. There was just like
there was weeping.
They were crying. Like
it was horrible.
Hundreds of them, and
really?
He just went. And
I got upset.
He just had to say, "Look, just chill out, bitches," didn't you?
I did. I just said, you're all my hoes, but I can't choose between you.
So I'm taking Carl. You know, he could get you discount frocks.
No, I had a letter from the people that there's an organisation. No, listen, Carl. There's an organisation that sponsors the BAFTA Awards in terms of clothes and fashion. They've sent me a letter.
When he tries to be all hard and gangster, it's just so ridiculous. And I love how casual he is with it, too. Like, it's totally normal. Oh, man.
That sponsors the BAFTA Awards in terms of clothes and fashion. They've sent me a letter. They said your partner, they've not specified the sex, they've said your partner can come along and choose an outfit. Now, I suspect... By the look of it, it is a woman's outfitters. I'm thinking we could get you a lovely trouser suit.
Well,
it may look feminine, right? But I think people will be fooled. It'd
just be a little bit roomy in the hip and probably narrow on the shoulders. But you're a bit skinny. Why didn't you take it? Because it's a lot of an insult.
And maybe just some pearls as well. Be lovely.
Wouldn't you want...
I haven't got anything sorted to wear yet.
See, you're slagging me off. You're likely to end up going in a tracksuit.
I'm going out today. I've never bought a suit since I was like 11, right? I went to my brother's wedding. That's the last time I wore a suit.
Right. Really? And you can't get anywhere near it now, can you?
Can't get into that.
No.
That was a good day.
What was it? What sort of suit was it?
It was, like a sort of a grey silver one.
Excellent.
Quite flary.
Nice. Well, try and go for something similar.
Silver one. I just think that with your little round head, what did that look like?
I looked all right.
Like he'd landed from the...
Yeah,
just landed on
it's like, who's
Like a light bulb, you know how now they're kind of different, but when a light bulb used to be very round, quite Casper head kind of thing, and the screw part was silver, totally looked like that.
They walk among us.
I didn't really need to wear a suit either, because I hardly went into the church. I was in the car park, right? And it's when my brother was in the army, and he had a Ford Capri with one of them horns that goes...
And you just sat there.
Why didn't he come in his tank?
I just sat in that, doing that all day, and the vicar was getting well annoyed with me.
What, when the service was on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was driving everyone up the wall.
Were you just allowed to do what you wanted when you were growing up?
Clearly.
Like Nelson Muntz from The Simpsons? Were you just allowed, didn't matter, was there any discipline? You didn't have teachers, you didn't, why didn't someone come out and...
I got a couple of good hidings off my dad a couple of times.
What for?
Just being mopey most of the time. If I had a strop on, he'd hate that.
He'd go out and burn something down or nick something, but don't wander around with your head down.
well-
Didn't he smack you for not liking a castle once?
Yeah.
No, what's that?
Went to Carnarvon the other day, and I was bored. I was at that age when I just wanted to go in an arcade, and my dad was saying, come and see the castle, you know, there's history here, and I still don't like castles. It's one of them things that, again, just too far back to sort of even think about people living in them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I was just like, look, it's a wreck, you know, knock it down, flatten the thing.
Sure.
And I was being really mopey.
Isn't that great?
And it's weird, because now, like, my mum and dad have retired and gone to Wales.
Yeah.
And now and again he texts me there, and every time we get to the point where he gave me a clout, he goes, "Are you getting flashbacks, son?"
Yeah. Well, it's a sobering lesson for you.
Yeah.
You're not on the British Heritage Committee anymore, are you? This is the National Trust land. Tarmac it. The biggest car park in Britain, for Christ's sake.
So look, you're looking forward to the awards, are you, tomorrow? You better say yes, because otherwise...
No, it'll be alright. I mean, I've told a couple of people, and they got like, God, you're dead lucky.
Yeah.
But in a way...
Oh, they're dead lucky. It's like Santa's coming, isn't it?
It's,
the other way people talk to Carl, you're a lucky boy, aren't you?
Yeah.
Going to the BAFTAs with Steve?
It's just a posh raffle at the end of the day, though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
In a sense.
It's, you know, there's going to be some...
They give away some tights and cigars.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. It's Chris Tower. It goes, I went to my parents' house, I found these just lying around.
Oh, but winners and losers, and,
but
and
what...
food.
Well, quite, yeah, but what is exciting, surely, is the razzmatazz and the brushing shoulders with the rich and famous.
I'm not into that.
I'm
You're
with
not?
him on this.
No.
I don't feel you're going to appreciate this like we thought
It's
you would.
weird, because Suzanne said to me this morning, who would you like to meet there?
Yeah.
Is he anyone who, like, you know, you can get close to, and it's like, God, you know, I really admire your, you know, big fan of yours, or whatever.
And it's me and Steve, so you're here now.
Well, you know...
I
yeah.
really admire your big fanny. I didn't...
What did you say?
What did you say?
You know, if you're a big fan of anyone...
Oh, right.
Oh, right, yeah.
And,
Sorry.
there isn't anyone, really. Do you know what I mean? I like, you know, you two are alright.
Thanks.
Jonathan Ross, is he going?
He might do, I don't know.
But
He's
hang
up
on,
for
wait a minute.
something,
I can't help but feel we could have exploited this more. We could have maybe run a competition to let someone win. You
Yeah.
know, if you're not going to appreciate it, Carl.
Yeah. Are you going to get a trouser suit? Are you going to get a ladies' trouser suit?
Can you imagine if they did that? Like, somebody got to win going with them? Oh, that'd be actually really cool. That's kind of a gamble, of like, on their bit. Like, you never know who's gonna end up there. That's crazy.
I just think then, if you go sort of like looking macho and walking down with him, you know, they know that you're not really partners. And I just think it's a slap in the face for BAFTA.
That's true enough.
No, it doesn't matter what you wear, though. Look at Elton
Can't
John's.
you mince a little bit? Can't you at least sort of walk a little bit mincy? Because you've got such a macho
What's
sort of
the
mank walk.
Elton John's fella doesn't look gay and...
Mincy meaning like fancy, or more like feminine to look like Steven's partner? I don't know what that meant.
stuff he wears and that, does he? Do you know what I mean? It means nothing.
No,
What
but
does
that's
he wear?
Sort of mank walk.
Elton John's fella doesn't look gay and the stuff he wears and that, does he? Do you know what I mean? It means nothing.
no, but that's because Elton's doing the work for him
No, but...
by dressing as like some kind of restoration dame.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love the fact he dresses as Anne Widdecombe for special occasions. And has his hair done like her. That's great.
Anyway, music.
But, yeah, this is a very underrated album. It's Richard Ashcroft's Alone With Everybody, and I know it got a bit of a slag, and it didn't sell as well as it was, because people were going, oh, it's no urban hymns, and it maybe it's not, but he got criticised for being pop, but this is a great tune on here. You On My Mind In My Sleep, and I think it's really good. Ashcroft there. And You On My
You know
Mind.
how they were talking about before the lyrics of the guy that wanted the picture to start him off or whatever? that like being disturbing lyrics or disgusting or whatever. One of the songs that is really like, if you properly listen to it and it's messed up, is that Every Breath You Take. I'll be there watching you and all that. Like, if you properly pay attention and don't consider it a romantic song, because it's totally not, that song is messed up. Especially, I think it was for his ex-wife. Like, that, what? That's crazy. And that goes down as, like, one of the most romantic songs in history or whatever. Like, it's a great song, don't get me wrong. Love it, love the melody, it's all great. But paying attention to lyrics sometimes can be scary.
In My Sleep. Is that one, Carl?
It's alright. Yeah.
Good, okay. What I did want to do is, I want to play some, adverts now. There Goes the Fear on XFM 104.9. Well, into the last hour, and then only 2 more shows. That's true enough. And we're away for 3 months. I'm Ricky Gervais. Obviously, yeah. Steve Merchant, little Carl. Now, Carl, his homework was to come up with one of those stupid lateral thinking problems.
We maybe should give an example of the
Romeo and Juliet, right? Romeo's asleep on the bed, Juliet's on the floor covered in water and broken glass. What happened? And you ask all these stupid questions, and it's Romeo's a cat and Juliet's a goldfish. Again, awful. What am I thinking? Yeah, come on then, Carl.
Right, first one.
Yeah.
There's a bloke lying on the floor, right? He's cut his head, blood's coming out of his head, and all his mates come running up, and they're all stood round him. Yeah. And, they don't take their hats off as a mark of respect.
That is outrageous.
Why didn't they take their hats off?
I'm laughing, but it's probably as good as the real
absolutely.
Ones. No, these are really good.
Did you make them all up?
Yeah.
No, I mean, did you make up all the ones that already exist?
No.
That would make a lot of sense.
Right, a bloke's fallen with his... Yeah.
He's lying on the floor.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah.
His mates come running up like,
was it important that his head was cut?
I don't know. I mean,
would it have been okay if he'd have been wearing a hat? He wouldn't have been dead if he was wearing a hat.
Well, what's your answer?
No, you're meant to answer a question. You don't just go, what's your answer? You say, where's it turns and you go, no, and I have to guess. It's obviously like sort of motorcycle stunt team or a parachute.
Why didn't they take their hats off?
Because they're probably still on the motorbikes or something, or...
Well, yeah, but if you mark a respect to someone, you could take your helmet off.
I'm getting angry.
What? They're parachutists.
Why couldn't they take their helmets off?
Because they're still
coming down from the sky.
But he's on the floor dead.
Well, yeah, they can look down and see him on the floor.
Are they on the floor, Carl?
Are they construction workers and it's construction hats? And that'd be unsafe.
Walking, are they?
Yeah, well, they sort of stood there looking at him.
They're stood there. Yeah. They're stood on the floor looking at him.
They're soldiers.
Why? But why? If they're
because it might be in a battle zone. They might have their helmets on, and he's been shot in the head.
No.
Well, that does work. You see, this is my point. That one works. That one works. Unless you've given us a piece of information where that doesn't work. What's the difference? Why is yours different to he's been shot in the head in the trenches, and they're looking at him and they keep their helmets on?
I just don't think it matters as much. If they're in the trench, they're already guarded a little bit. So they could take their hats off. It's the best mate, for God's sake.
I think that was actually maybe right.
Exactly, he's dwelling on this. Are they normal hats?
What kind of hats are they?
The answer.
No! Don't get ratty!
What kind of hats are they? Baseball hats?
If I told you what sort of hats they are, you'd have the answer.
Wow! Okay, I've got to guess what sort of a hat it is then, have I?
Right.
Is it a trilby?
No.
Is it a bowler?
I know what it is. What? They're spacemen.
No. Oh, that's a good one.
That one works as well. This is my point.
I like that one a lot.
It works. He's fallen on the moon, and not that the moon happened, it was set up, wasn't it, in the studio, we know that, yeah. Okay, Carl, what's your answer?
Builders on a building site.
Oh, yeah!
Why is that different to soldiers?
Because bricks don't fall in wars.
But bullets fly!
Motivational poster. Shirt. Bricks don't fall in wars. That's amazing! And the way he, said it, too! Oh, my God. I can just, see the posters, one of those fancy fonts and the nice background, and just being all inspirational. That's amazing. Amazing.
Because bricks don't fall in wars.
Duh.
But bullets fly!
Right, next one.
No, let's play a record and we'll come back to it, Carl, while you think about what you've done.
Oh, yeah. You've embarrassed
Let's
yourself.
play some classic Suede.
Yeah, and this is for David and Kieran, I think, who wanted a bit of Bit of Butler at his best.
Come on, crack it on.
I hate you, Butler.
Coming next, your next lateral problem number 2. Brilliant.
Love it.
X-Wade there.
Indeed.
I think their second or third single.
Brilliant.
All the way back. 10 years ago.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Metal Mickey. On XFM 104.9.
Was it 10 years ago?
Must have been, mustn't it?
Wow.
I think, was Drowners 91? I think so.
Crumbs.
Yeah. Go on.
Right.
Go on then, Carl.
Second one then. This is a bit easier, but I still think it's a good one.
So this is,
I'm trying to figure out what city that is. I was trying to see if I can recognize something. Because something in the middle caught my eye. And I was wondering, I want to know what that is. I was wondering if that was here. Because there's a bridge in the middle that kind of looks like El Puente de la Mujer. And I was wondering if that was Puerto Madero, which is very interesting. If that is, that's interesting because I never expected it to look so pretty from so far out. But now I'm curious. For sure. I want to know. All right. All right.
we should explain what this is if you've just tuned in.
It's one of those stupid lateral thinking problems.
That Carl himself has created.
Those
We should explain what
That's the way I explain it. Can you imagine just coming on? Like, wait, we've got to explain it. Okay, I've just got
this is
on.
if you've just tuned in.
It's one of those stupid lateral thinking problems.
That Carl
right.
himself has created.
Yeah, that was his homework.
Right, this one. It's a fella. He has a normal day doing stuff. Nothing wrong with him. Right. And
It's the twist in the tale. It's just like Tales of the Unexpected. Just a normal day, nothing wrong with him. Hold on, though, he's got the legs of a fish. Go on.
So,
that's why he's been hiding his legs.
so
Go on.
he does his
The
normal,
legs of a fish.
Sorry, Carl, carry on.
He has his working day and that,
Yeah.
and then he gets a bit tired. Goes to bed. He puts the light on, leaves it on, goes to bed.
Oh,
That's crazy.
that's mental. I can't think what's happened. Anyway, here's Radiohead. Right, okay. What? The question is, why does he put the light on when
So
he's
a
going
man,
to bed?
he's had a normal day, he's come home from work. Is that right? He's come home from work or he's not been working?
Yeah,
he's just been
no,
out?
it's been working and stuff, I think.
You think? You've made it up, Carl, you can decide.
So is the question is, why has he put the light on when he's asleep? There's a reason that he's put the light on when he's asleep.
Has he gone to sleep?
No, Carl, don't shrug. You're meant to answer these questions.
He put the light on before he went to bed.
Yeah, and the question you're
And he's
asking
gone
me
to
is
sleep,
why? What's
and
the
he-
scenario?
And the light's on and
Yeah.
that, but he's gone to sleep.
Yeah.
He started
Scared of the
reading
dark?
and then he fell asleep.
No.
Did he intentionally for some?
I love how you can hear his little gears turning. No. Like, you're really close, but no.
reason put the light on?
Every night. It's mad. Sounds mad.
That's Carl, doesn't it?
Every night he does it.
Yeah.
He puts the light on when
So-
he goes to
Light
sleep.
on, it goes to bed.
Carl, is the point of this, he puts the light on for a very good reason.
Not for us, but for some people.
He's
He's
scared of the dark.
blind and it's always been on, and he thinks he's turning it off, but it was on in the
That
day,
was-
and he
that's
thinks
a
he's
good
turning
one.
it off, but he's turning it on because he's
No,
blind.
that'd be stupid.
That worked.
That's a good one. That's fun, but why would he turn it on or off? He's blind. There is no on or off. But see, the thought process was interesting.
So that works great, Rick.
Yeah. Thank you, Carl. So you've got to come up with what?
Hang on. If
What?
you're blind, why would you put a light on?
No, he thinks it's off.
Yeah.
But why would he turn it on anyway?
Why
So
We
think so he
spend
doesn't
money
get
on that.
burgled, so people know he's in because he can't see him. So he just he puts the light on when he's there, then he turns the light off when he goes to bed, so people think it's fine. But he's got it out of kilter, and actually he's walking around in the dark all day.
I
and
don't
th-
believe that if you're blind, you turn your light on.
I don't think you'd be living on your own, would you?
I'm not having that for a
Do
second.
blind people live on their own?
For a second. Well, some people do. Lonely blind people live on their own.
No, if you got bad
What,
eyes.
any of them women? Are there any blind women who are living on their own, Rick? No, I mean, if you know women who are living on their own. Any of them women?
Oh my god!
Are there any blind women who are living on their own, Rick? No, I mean, if you know of some blind women...
08700 800 1234. We've gone through this.
God.
If you are a blind woman...
with no standards and you don't care annoying voices and smell,
Yeah.
then get in touch with you.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know-
you've got to be within the ages of, say, 25 to 65. You know,
Right.
well, call it 75.
You fussy all of a sudden. Yeah, go on.
If you were blind, would you live in London? Because someone said yesterday there was one struggling outside in Leicester Square, and I don't understand. If you were, I mean, you know,
That might have been a tourist.
but why come to London if you're blind? It's the worst place in the world to come if you're blind.
To hear the sights.
To hear the sights.
It's a bit mad, isn't it?
Oh man, I believe in more like cities of hustle and bustle. There is more things that are accessible. Like, since there would be more blind people, they would use, you know, money and funding and stuff to make more things, you know, to make it easier for them to handle themselves and move around and be more, you know, accessible. Also, lots of different levels of blindness. I like how it's just we're talking about full blind, see nada. I've learned there's a lot of different types.
They do the same job.
They have tourist needs like anyone else.
Yeah.
No, but it sort of stinks, and you'd go away going, "Oh, it's not that good." I just thought that I thought it was a bit weird.
Well, never mind your concern for the partially sighted or sight impaired people coming to London.
You know what? I actually saw a video once of a blind woman, Stephen. All right, they're out there. I don't remember. I think maybe she was in New York. I don't know. She was in one of those major cities, looking at one of those major. My memory is terrible, so I could be wrong, but just kind of filling in the blanks, Carl style. Let's just say she was in New York, and she wanted to. I was gonna say witness, but no, experience the Empire State Building, and she found, you know, those special tiles that are for blind people to guide themselves with the cane. She found a path that was just for her, and she followed it, and the path just went all the way around the building. It led nowhere. Like, it was supposed to be a path for her. She wanted to go in the building and see inside and go, I don't know. But it just, like, that's it. It was pointless, completely pointless. But she did get to experience walking around the building. That's, I mean, something. I don't know.
But get on with this.
Yeah. So there he is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, a bit tired.
Yeah.
Just put the light on. Get to bed.
Yeah. So he turns the light on and he goes to bed.
Yeah.
Wait. If he was blind. Oh wait, he's not blind, right? I got stuck on the blind part. I was gonna say, if he's blind and scared of the dark, that's like the worst thing ever. But I forgot that they said he was blind. He wasn't blind.
Oh.
Should we play a track?
He's not sleeping on the job. He's a lighthouse keeper.
Well done.
Is he a lighthouse
That's not
keeper?
it, Carl.
He's a lighthouse keeper.
Right, why wasn't the light on all the time?
Because it's light in the day.
You idiot. Play a record.
Dude, but he that's his job. He said he came home from work. Where did he go? He has 2 jobs? Well done.
What?
Play a record. You're a
I
buffoon.
like how they get mad. Ooh.
No, actually, the light isn't on in the day, is it?
No,
Rick?
it's not.
I think you're the buffoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carl has won! The light isn't on in the day, is it?
No,
Rick?
it's not.
I think you're the buffoon.
Yeah.
Carl has won!
100 Reasons
Great
and Silver on XFM 104.9. I love the fact that Carl went a little bit mental then. So happy that he thinks that a lighthouse keeper pops the light on at the same time every... Are you telling me it was never foggy?
Everyone has a routine in the job.
And why was he going home from work knackered? What had he been doing all day?
He never said he went home knackered.
He did. He said he went home. He's just done a day's work. He said he went home knackered. and puts the light on and goes to sleep. That's what he said.
Yeah, but he's maybe a part-time lighthouse keeper.
Oh, what does he do? Works in the library, does he, as well?
No, listen, Rick, look, I'm really with Carl here.
What?
He definitely got you. He
Anyway,
stitched
I
you
got
up
it right.
and proper.
Anyway, I got it
yeah,
right.
but then you embarrass yourself by
He's
saying that...
stupid.
But
He's stupid.
You would never put
What's
a
your next
lighthouse light on during the day.
What's the next
And he'd
one?
been painting it that day.
Oh, had
It
he?
was extra shattered.
Right, okay.
The next one, last one this.
Yeah.
Lateral thinking.
Lateral thinking.
And you've written this yourself? You've had no help from anyone?
No, I've come up with these on my own.
Okay.
Right, last one.
Yeah.
This bloke.
It's always this bloke. Yeah.
This bloke, he's got a brother that is never met. Right, they got separated at birth.
Right.
You know. Anyway, he gets a letter in the post.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, I tracked you down.
Yeah.
Meet me at the airport."
Yeah.
Scary. Okay.
As soon as he gets to the airport,
Yeah.
he goes, there he is, and he goes walking over. How did he know that was his brother? He'd never seen a
They were
picture.
twins. They looked exactly the same.
They were born on the same day.
No, Steve's got it.
Yeah.
That's
That's what
they
I mean.
both
So
got
he knew
it.
they were born on the same day, so he knew they were twins, yeah.
I didn't say they were born on the same day, did I?
No, I'm
Did
just
I?
reiterating.
They would be, though, if they looked
Yeah.
identical.
Yeah.
Sorry about that when we've got you there, Carl, mate.
Yeah.
You're quite upset about that. That was 1 out of 3, though. That's
What
not
about
bad.
this then? Do you know that when two brothers born on the same day of the same mother and the same father, but they weren't twins? Why?
Years apart.
Say that one again.
Two brothers
Yeah.
are born on the same day of the same mother and father, but they weren't twins. Why not? This is good radio.
You see, the problem is I heard you saying to Steve, I'm going to do that one about the shark in the pool, so I'm trying to think.
This has nothing to do with that one, though, is it?
Yeah,
Clearly.
what?
Give him the answer, Rick.
The answer is they were two of triplets.
Right.
I had another brother. So do you want to do the one about the shark?
My brother once had a friend at school when he was in elementary school. They were three. I can't remember if they were 3 or 4 kids. Okay, I think there were 3 kids, and they were all born. They all had the same birthday, several years apart. I think one was like 5. He went to school with one that was like 7, and then there was one that was like 14 or whatever. But they all had the same birthday, and I cannot remember. This might be me just running with it and projecting a little bit and getting overexcited. I can't remember if it was actually the same birthday as their mom or not. But 3 on the same birthday is already really impressive. Like, they were in the paper and everything, so it just kind of, life happened that way. I want to believe that it was their mom's birthday, too. Just, you know, to make it more exciting. But it can happen, yo.
Shark in the
Yeah, go
swimming
on.
pool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, what about the shark in the pool?
Right.
The pool?
I had
What?
another brother. So do you want to do the one about the shark in the
Yeah, go
swimming
on.
pool?
Yeah.
Okay. A bloke, just in his swimming trunks, walks into a swimming pool full of man-eating sharks. He walks around for a bit and slowly gets out the other side, and he's not bitten or anything. Why not?
Because they'd already eaten.
No, they're starving hungry.
He walked through the water.
Yeah.
He wasn't like a bridge.
No, he actually was in the water, soaking wet, the sharks.
He had like a metal suit on.
No, naked apart from swimming trunks.
There were real sharks.
Real sharks.
Swimming about. They
Swimming
were
sharks, man-eating,
starving.
hungry,
They
yeah.
were really hungry.
Yeah,
This fella gets into the same pool.
yeah,
It's the same pool.
exactly.
He walks right. He gets in the steps.
Yeah.
He walks down. He walks
Yeah,
across.
yeah,
Yeah.
He's in the water.
yeah,
Up to his neck.
yeah,
And the sharks are near him.
yeah, they're attacking him.
They're attacking him.
They're actually attacking him.
But he still gets out. Okay.
Yeah, walks out the other side. And hasn't got a mark on him.
I don't know.
Yeah, that confused me
Go
a
on,
bit.
Rick, what's the answer?
Because I thought
But
they
I
weren't
was
attacking.
lying about the sharks.
There weren't any sharks
No, I
in
was
there.
lying about the sharks. Completely lying, just made it up. Just an empty pool.
That's just stupid.
That's our point. They're rubbish.
Oh, dear. Oh. Oh, dear.
Rubbish. Oh.
Look at his face!
He's so offended.
Oh, offended and confused.
Come on, play a song.
Beautiful
No, go on then.
combination.
Good Fortune, PJ Harvey on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, obviously. Steve, Carl. I've got a real one for you. This is a logic question, not a stupid one. Just very quickly. 10 black balls in a bag and 10 white balls in a bag.
Okay.
Yeah. How many balls do you have to pull out to ensure you've got a pair of the same colour?
Well, what's stopping you putting your hand in and pulling out?
Jesus. Because I asked for the minimum number. So how many do you have to pull
Didn't
out
ask
to
for the
ensure
minimum number,
you've got a pair?
sure.
That doesn't say all of them. That'll
Right,
ensure it.
no,
What's the minimum number you have to pull out?
11. Because if the
Why
chance-
do you need 11?
What? Because
Sorry, go on.
there's 10 black balls, 10 white balls, yeah?
Yeah.
Say if you're, for some reason, you pulled out all the 10 black balls.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You'd have a pair, wouldn't you?
You'd have a pair.
After the first two.
Yeah.
So what's the minimum number you have to pull out to ensure?
Two.
No, because you might pull a white one and a black one.
Yeah, but
Oh, I thought we needed a white one and a black one. I don't feel like you explained this properly, because Carl understood the way I understood. We need one of each for a pair, but we need both? Okay.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Sometimes I get that impression, the way you look at me like Helen from Big Brother.
Yeah, but
I've
this
always assumed that.
Look,
Right. What's the minimum number you have to pull out to ensure you have two of the same colour?
Of the same color.
3.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can use that one.
Yeah. That's a good one.
So what's the minimum number you have to pull out to ensure you have 4 of the same colour?
Oh, God. 8.
Was that a guess?
I don't know. I understand the first one. We've done it now.
Okay, alright, we'll leave it
Okay,
there.
that's good.
Good. Okay. Now
White
it's,
Van Carl?
this is this is where we
Oh, it's too much.
If you'd have seen his face and Steve, his eyebrows sort of went down while you were doing that, baby. He genuinely looked pained.
It's like you're back at school, isn't it?
It's starting to get hard work now.
No, okay, we'll just do White Van Carl then. This is your opinions. You can't be wrong on this, can you?
There's no right or wrong answer here.
True.
Okay.
Right.
But so this is where we
Little
ask
giggles, so
Carl his
cute.
views on the big news stories of the week. Basically, we've stolen an idea from the Sun newspaper, and
So this isn't cruel, this programme, is it?
I don't think so.
Picking on me.
It's not, is it?
It's weird because a few people have said, "Oh, you're picking on me." It depends how you look at things, isn't
Sure.
it?
Yeah. But you do you like it?
We could look at it like it's a laugh, so
Yeah,
it's not a
but,
problem for us.
You know we like you. You know you're our favourite.
Yeah.
I'm going to say thing in the world, but I don't mean that, in a derogatory way.
No,
You-
no, I'm cool with it.
Yeah?
Aw.
Right. Okay. So your views, please, on the fact that attitudes are changing to the possible marriage of Charles and Camilla.
Oh, what do you think of that?
The roars at the moment, because the recent tragedies are apparently high in the polls, and people are coming around to the idea of Charles and Camilla getting hitched. What's your thought?
Whatever, really. I mean, if they're happy with it. The thing that comes out of it most is it just goes to show, right, that there is someone for everyone. Just because, I mean, no disrespect to Camilla, I'm not a good-looking person either, but she isn't a stunner, and yet she's...
Whoa. But before, when you were Steven's partner, you were great, and you could do better than him, and he was great with you. So, what
gone and picked
happened?
up neither. But she isn't a stunner, and yet she's gone and picked up a royal. Right?
Yeah.
So I think it's good for things like that to happen, because it cheers you up. Do you know what I mean? Gives you a bit of hope.
Thanks, Carl.
So yeah, it's good. You know, if they're happy. If anyone's happy, it's a good story, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, he's had a bit of bad
but
luck,
Sure.
and now he's got someone else in his life, so...
While he's doing this, I'm just doing a list of questions to ask him what he thinks of things in the world. Is that alright?
Yeah, no problem.
Just-
Yeah,
yeah,
no
okay.
problem. Okay, what do you make of... Well, now listen, this may be a non-story, or it may be the biggest story that's about to break. Ulrika Johnson and Sven-Goran Eriksson's affair. Are you familiar with this? It's over the papers today. Apparently, Ulrika and Sven are going out, although there appears to be no evidence for this.
Yeah, I don't even give it time of day.
Do you not?
know what I mean?
Right, well done.
Doesn't affect me whatsoever, as long as he does his job well.
Yep.
And what's she doing at the moment?
Presenting Dog Eat Dog, I think.
Right, you know,
Dog.
As long as she does her job.
As long as they both do their jobs well.
Well, yeah, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
that's going on with a lot of people out in the world, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Just because he's an England boss, as long as, you know, we win the games and that, he's doing his job. If she's, you know, gets a dog winning a prize or whatever.
No, okay. It's not worth it. Carry on.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
It's a dog winning a prize.
I haven't seen Dog Eat Dog. What's it
Okay,
about?
it's all right.
Clearly.
No, go on.
So that's it, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay, what about this then? Are you disappointed by the nation that a third of us are apparently unaware of St. George's Day?
23rd.
Is St. George's Day the one with the snakes that we've talked about?
No, that's...
Are you one of that third, do you think?
St George is the patron saint of England who killed the dragon.
What?
Yeah, I mean, there's too many of these days, isn't there? That's the problem. If you make it a bit more special, like Christmas, so you buy presents and that for each other, then people will remember it. But there's so many these days, with Easter and Pancake Tuesday and all that. So, it's not surprising. I think as time goes on, we'll find that a lot of these days will just disappear, because, you know, people are busy.
There'll be new ones, won't there?
I don't know, people
There'll
are
be
that
like
busy.
Gareth Gates Day in 50 years' time.
It's just weird. I mean, I remember being a kid, right? Going out on a Sunday and shops would be shut because it was like, you know, the day of rest and all that. People don't care now. It's like, well, we can make some more money, we'll open the shops.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's
Is that a
all
good or a
about-
bad thing, Carl?
It's good, because I remember I used to have to get up early to go and get some bread if we didn't have any in. Because the shop would only be open for a couple of hours in the morning.
Yeah.
Whereas now I'd be able to...
Yeah, I
rely
remember
in.
that. I remember that. Shops out. And you couldn't get aspirin and stuff,
Exactly.
certain things,
Nightmare on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
So-
That's right, yeah.
That's how it is in Argentina. All of freaking Argentina. Sundays, not open. Not even in the... Well, there are very few things that are open, like, in the morning, a couple hours, and then nothing. And then Argentina has this thing where they have their very, very big... They used to be very big on, just nap time in the middle of the friggin' day. Stores usually close from 12 to 4. Nap time was supposed to be like 2 to 4, so it was lunch and then nap time. And I don't really think people nap anymore, but shops still close for like 4 or 5 hours in the middle of the day. And that is extremely frustrating. It's insane because this is a country that has a whole lot of holidays where, you know, shops are closed. Then they close in the middle of the freaking day for 5 hours, which is ludicrous. And then they're also closed most of Sunday, if not all of Sunday. But then they complain that they can't make ends meet. Like, you're closed more. There's a shop. There's a freaking, like, animal... It's a pet shop. They don't sell pets, though, but, like, the pet food and just anything your pet needs, basically. And it's closed all the freaking time. It's like the door to Narnia or something. It's so hard to get that place open. And it's a very specific place that has things where you can't really get anywhere else. So everybody needs that place to be open. And it has no sign whatsoever of any kind of like schedule or timing or nothing. It's just open whenever the hell they want. And they almost never want to. It's insane, dude. And it's still open because people need the stuff they have. So when they find it open, everybody just kind of like rushes there and they end up like queuing a lot and just, it's one of those places that when it's open, you got to buy like as much as you can, like just take all the stock because you never know when it's going to be open again. That's insane. How do they live like that? That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Anyway.
Pubs didn't open
Break's
for 12.
over.
Do you remember space
Sorry.
operas?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, shut up. Can I ask you something?
The hell is that?
Okay, I've got a little list of things. What do you think of, like, those pug dogs that are bred and they can hardly breathe?
Evil.
Yeah. What do you think
Evil?
of, gays?
Wait, the dogs
gays.
are evil or the people that
Yeah,
breed them
pug
are
dogs
evil?
that are bred and they can hardly breathe.
Evil.
Yeah. What do you think of, gays?
They're alright. Do you know what I mean? Just like straight people, you get bad ones, you get good ones.
Exactly.
True, very good.
We've
Right?
learned a lesson today, haven't we?
Absolutely.
Let's play a record.
Yeah? What do you fancy? A bit of Radiohead?
Yeah.
You don't mind, though, if people think we're gay, for instance, when we go to the BAFTAs
No,
tomorrow?
that's terrible. I don't want that happening.
Why?
Hey?
Why?
Because I'm not. That'd be a lie. I don't like lying. If I was, I'd say I was gay,
Yeah.
but I'm not.
We'll say you were, just pretend.
We won't get in otherwise.
No.
I love that. I love that they're trying to scare him with that. We won't get in otherwise.
Just a little kiss and a
so
cuddle.
cute.
So I'm a bit gay.
No. I'm not gay.
On XFM 104.9. Wow, near the end of the show, isn't it? You had a good time, Carl?
It's been alright. I knew it wasn't going to be a belter today.
Why? What do you mean?
It was great.
What's up with it?
Because what happens, the last 2 weeks have been quite good, and we always tend to have 2 good ones, and then one that's just alright.
Well, let the listening public be the judge of that.
I like
Well, yeah,
that.
and the Sony committee.
Yeah, what do you want to do? A clip show of the best... We should do that for our last show. People should vote for their favourite hilarious link.
Yeah.
And then we can put it together on a tape. Right? Is there a commentator there that wants to release the bit like, I love...
Including
Ricky
such
Steve-
favourites as, do you like gays?
And this lad, he had a horse.
Yeah.
Oh, I scored once, I was stung by a bee. And who can forget? That's lovely. Should you do that? Can you have you kept all these on tape?
Yeah.
So can you do a compilation?
Oh,
People
it's
phone in.
hard work,
No,
though.
the next 2 weeks, phone in for your favourite clip.
No.
Carl, how can they get hold of you, Carl, in the week? What's your
direct
email? What's your
mobile
email?
number?
What's your
It's
email?
It's my name with xfm.co.uk.
So, Carl Pilkington.
Carl.Pilkington.
Carl
With
dot...
a K. Carl with a K.
Yeah. Carl.Pilkington at xfm.co.uk.
Yeah.
Vote your favourite link of the last 3 months. We should make a little compilation and sell it.
Honestly, personally, my favorite episode was the last episode so far. It was awesome.
And we get like Radiohead. They'd love to be on the compilation with us, wouldn't they? Wouldn't they?
Oh, well.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Right, do you know, like, you're always giving me questions in the week, you're always saying things like, if I put you in this situation, what would you do?
Like what? Like what?
It'd be bizarre things.
Like what though? Say one.
If you had to lick Barbara Cartland's face, would it be the right cheek or the left cheek? Or
Sorry, does Barbara want her face being licked? No, I'm just saying if that's what she's into, then I don't
She's
mind
dead.
popping...
She's dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
So does that
Isn't
make
she?
it worse?
Isn't she?
I don't think she
Just
is.
be careful because you can't libel the dead. So I want to make sure she's dead before we start saying horrendous things.
But I don't think she is dead. I'm almost certain she's not.
I don't think so.
No, she's not.
Phone, is Barbara Cartland dead? 08700
I like
800
how that's his solution for everything. That's... Instead of, like, now everybody would just Google it, like, is she dead? And it's fine and it's fast and it's fun. But I love how every... And nobody... I don't know if people call or not, but they barely mention it when they do that. I imagine somebody called, but I love how that's the solution. Somebody call and tell me the answer to this stupid question that in 20 minutes, when you actually do call, we will have forgotten about.
1 2 3 4.
We'll have to get Chris in. So listen, right? So anyway, he always calls up with, like, bizarre stuff like that. And I was watching a programme the other night about snakes.
Right.
And it was like, don't walk through a river that's full of snakes because...
Good work, good advice.
Because the snakes were just invented because it was just a joke. They were never there.
If you got a kid in the car or in the house, turn your radio down if you don't want them to hear stuff like this. But yeah, they go for your tackle.
Why?
I don't know. They just do.
They think it's another little snake
Maybe
with swollen cheeks.
with earrings.
With earrings, yeah.
So,
Or an anaconda in my case.
With one
Of
eye.
course.
I'm really joking.
So yeah, and I said to Ricky, what would you do? Right?
Although it's very scaly.
You two in the woods. You're having a wander, Steve.
Having
having a wander.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You walk through the river.
What, me?
And yeah,
Okay.
because you're tall, so it's like you can check out how deep it is before Ricky goes through.
Right.
Which you do,
That sounds right.
You do that sometimes, don't you? Yeah.
But a snake bites your tackle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
and
Say penis.
yeah,
It's the correct word for
I
it. It's
know,
not
but I don't-
offensive.
it doesn't sound nice.
Say it. Say
Yeah,
it.
penis, but I don't.
Oh,
like
you
the sound of it.
dirty little...
No,
You
no,
dirty little slut, Carl. You're a dirty
it's
little...
just one of those words.
Right,
Yeah.
carry on with let's carry on. What's the story? I'm wandering through a river.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the snake
Bites.
your penis.
Right.
And
I like how you said it
Ricky,
lower.
like, doesn't leave, like, WC1. Why on earth we're going to be anywhere near a river where there's sort of...
Well, anyway.
Snakes.
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
river where there's...
A postcode? I didn't know there were postcodes that were just with letters. Okay, I learned something.
Sort of...
Well,
My
anyway.
bad.
Snakes.
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
you are in this situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
The snake bites you, and I said to Ricky, if it was a matter of life or death, would you suck out the poison? What do you think he said? And the bit I made, because he was thinking about it, like, oh God, well, he's my best mate and everything. What will I do? And I said, and then Steve starts sort of groaning like he's enjoying it.
Always have to go the extra mile.
I'm just trying to remember what I did do. What did happen in that instant?
Okay.
So I've been bitten on the penis by a snake.
Yeah, there's poison in
There's
your
no
cock.
poison in it.
Yeah.
I've had a go at trying to suck it out myself.
Yeah, but you've never mastered that
I've
one
never been
yet.
able to master that.
Yeah. It's just a long spine and such a short, stubby knob that he's got no chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have to get.
He's even had lip extensions. Haven't you? Yeah, go on.
And would Ricky suck it out? Almost certainly not.
Yeah, that's the answer.
Yeah, he'd let me die a hideous, horrible
I'd
death.
go, is there anyone you want a towel? Do you want me to call your mum and dad?
Yeah.
How should I tell them you died? Is they tell them I died taking a bullet for a lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was beating up some nasty people.
Yeah. Would you at least run into the woods and try and find some kind of animal that could do it for me?
Some
of those monkeys look like they got a good technique.
Right.
Stop it.
One more song.
Yeah.
Only time for song for the what's it?
Oh, we got to share this one then. But we're doing this
I thought there was two.
No, we've run out of time.
Well, this is in the Guardian because they printed my favourite song is If You See a Sailor. It's If You See a Say Hello by Bob Dylan.
Okay.
It's a song for the ladies and lovers.
Right, that's it.
And can't believe we weren't allowed to talk about monkeys giving blowjobs. Since when is that taboo? It's nature, Carl.
They go absolutely mental.
They love it.
The way he said it, like on the down low, but very purposely, we heard it. Oh! I like that. That's cute. I like that. Thank you. Oh, my face is everywhere. That's a whole lot of Mandy. Oh, man. Anyway. Since when is that taboo? That was awesome. See, I started in like a just existing mess state, and now I'm just like, I'm happy and I'm excited, and it was a great episode, and I'm all just it gave me energy, and I love that. God bless Carl. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed, and if you didn't, I mean, you can leave. It's okay. I won't get offended. Like, if you don't want to watch me, don't watch me. Because sometimes it's like when people say, oh, that was the worst movie ever. It's wasted 2 hours of my life. Dude, it doesn't take 2 hours to know a movie sucks. Like, after 10 minutes, if you're not feeling it, just shut it off. My mom does that all the time. She watches things from start. She'll watch, 3 seasons of a show from start to finish just to say when it's over, oh, that was trash. Like, what? Are you crazy? Never understood that. Anyway, beautiful humans, I am off. Thank you for everything. See you soon. Oh, Jesus, I got tangled up. Hope you enjoyed, and, if you only watch these, I'll see you next Friday. Toodles.